there's no substitute to the primary task of having a living faith and handing that living faith to this generation and to the next generation. I think it begins by facilitating an encounter with Jesus Christ. And that is the starting point. Because without an encounter, faith today is propositions and not a living faith. And without the encounter as a centerpiece of catechesis, and I would dare say the life of the church, we'll build on the shifting sand and not on the solid rock. You see, whether we like it or not, there is a time in which we are living. There are so many competing messages and so many variations of truth, that people are claiming, that until they encounter the way, the truth, and the life in the person of Jesus Christ, the precepts that you want to hand, the formulations you want to give, the knowledge you want to give out, is just one set of knowledge as opposed to another set of knowledge. And they will say, well, yeah, I know, but I read about this in another book, and I read about that in another book. So it all becomes an intellectual thing. Handing on the faith has to move much further than the intellect. Because if you look at Acts of the Apostles, the first Christians, it was in Pentecost when the Holy Spirit came and they had that encounter with the Holy Spirit, that they had a living faith, and then they handed the living faith on to the others. So for me, it starts with an encounter. And that encounter is not only the centerpiece, it's the solid foundation.
I like that analogy where you went back into the Acts of the Apostles, because first the apostles had the encounter with Christ. They journeyed with Christ for 3 years. And then we see with Pentecost, the encounter, as you say, with the Holy Spirit. So here these apostles, and that's why they were so successful, because first they had the encounter with Christ, next the Holy Spirit, which empowered them and helped them recognize all that Jesus was teaching them. And so the two are so critical.
Absolutely. And it's critical because we're not, again, I want to stress, it's not an informational task. Catechetics is not an informational task. You know, many times people feel, well, we have to get them to know the faith. Well, yes, but we have to get them to live the faith. I have met kids who have been taught the faith, but they ain't living it. Like you're being taught proper hygiene.
But we don't keep it socially distanced at all, and we hugging up people. So guess what? You're going to catch the wrong thing.